So I think we got hold of the first problem, which is internal sourcing. The bigger issue she had was this. We are getting resumes from
because of this new project, right?
new project for which we need to do large number of positions. You have to fill.
Correct.
Now for these positions, there are sources, various different sources from where you're getting these things.
Yes.
So you can get it by referral, employee referral. You can get it from
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is a big one.
Big source. Or you could get it from external agency website. Yeah, all these things.
You can get it through some recruitment agent.
So you're getting these resumes, and then what you're doing basically is shortlisting these resumes based on whatever criteria and all.
Correct.
And you want to know which of these sources is helping you to give the kind of resumes that you are ending up shortlisting.
Yes.
You get a lot of resumes from some source. You feel very good about that source, but nothing is shortlisted. Zero shortlist.
Correct.
No use. Whereas some other thing, maybe everything is shortlisted. Yes. So then that's a really good challenge, even though the number may be small.
Correct.
So somehow
you have to your effort in shortlisting is less.
In some sense, correct. You're right. Your effort in shortlisting is less.
Somebody has already done
something for you. So you want to basically figure out which channel is doing your job, right? Right. This is what you're saying. So it's doing a good job of getting the right kind of people. So it seems like a very abstract problem.
Yeah. So let's take a little bit of a look at the data.
Okay. What data do we have?
What data do we have? Right. Okay. I think that's always a good place to start. So what Varsha has given us is so essentially it's a list of applications, right, and some associated data with the application. Metadata of the application. So we know that the first application number A1.
So presumably these jobs were advertised.
These jobs were advertised, yes.
And then somebody has responded.
Yes.
Something like that. So equivalent to that.
So the way they have done, the way to look at it is that they had advertised a number of positions. Okay. And these positions were called J1001, J1002, J1003.
Okay.
These three positions were advertised.
One is some high level, mid level, and entry level, something like that.
Correct. Right? So there were developers, managers, and team leads.
Yeah.
Right.
So something like that.
Entry level,
very typical.
Junior, middle level, and senior.
And some number of positions for each of these.
Correct. So there are three job positions. Now, for each job position, whenever an application comes in, it is given a unique application number. So you get application A1, A2, A3, up to, if you see, 383 applications they've got.
Oh my.
So that's a lot, right? At least we think it's a lot. We don't know. We'll have to see how much.
Okay, whether it's relevant or not.
Correct. So now, for each of these, they have the date on which the application was received. And they have also said what is the week number. From the day they began this drive. Week number 3, how many applications did they get? Week number 4.
Oh, so you want to see week-wise performance.
Correct. Week-wise performance. Okay.
It's not enough to just, every week you have to get some decent number of resumes.
Correct.
Something like that.
Correct.
Okay. We'll see, yeah.
Then there's the name of the application and they've sort of anonymized the data by just giving us name 1, name 2, name 3. Then what is the current employment status of this person? Is he full-time employed? Is he working as a contractor? Is he working part-time?
Okay.
Unemployed.
Student.
Student. I don't think they have put student somewhere, but doesn't look like any students have applied.
Okay.
Channel code is basically some code. So if you look at the channels, they've got people through employee referrals, direct website, LinkedIn. So for each of these, they've given it a channel code.
I see.
Which is a number which describes what channel it came from.
Okay.
The position that was applied. What skills the person has, and we know how to handle this, right? So we've seen this. What certifications the person has. And very often there are these professional certifications that are very important. Date of birth, gender, and nationality.
Okay.
Additionally, there are some other information. Is the person physically handicapped? Is the person single or married? How many years of work experience?
Not so relevant, I guess. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe for them it is.
Maybe
What-
it's demographic. Okay, some data.
Right. How did the person do his or her undergraduate? Did he do it full time? Did he do it through distance learning? And finally, what is the degree that the person has?
Yeah, it's a factor. Yeah,
Huh?
that's a factor, definitely. Yeah.
And then which discipline is the degree? Is it electrical engineering,
yeah.
mechanical
System
engineering?
Maybe also,
Which year did the person graduate?
how many years since?
What was this person's university rank?
May not be okay. I don't know. Okay.
But they've collected the data, and I think most cases it is like some random data is there.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Then CGPA.
Then this is important, right? So different people will give you grades in a very different way. So you can get marks, you can get percentiles,
Okay.
you can get CGPA.
So normalize.
So you'll again have to do some normalization. So this tells you what is the category and what is the total number of marks.
My lot of data. Oh God.
Okay.
Then?
And then similarly, what did you get in your PG? If the person has done a postgraduate degree, what degree has he or she done?
Which year?
And similar data.
Similar percentages
right?
and all that. Then?
Then applicant's feedback on ease of application. How easy did the applicant?
This is not relevant for selecting.
But it is relevant for finding out how good a channel is.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Oh, the channel. Okay, I see.
So
if
the channel is, if it is difficult to apply, then it is possible that a good candidate may just decide not to apply because it's too painful to
that's
fill
why
in
you're
a
using
form.
that. Okay, so it's relevant. Okay, I see. I didn't realize. So you're using user feedback to decide the channel effectiveness. Okay, why not? Yeah.
And then the final thing is some human being went through this resumes and either decided shortlist or not shortlist.
That is the key factor.
That is the key factor. This decision is not being made on this Excel sheet. This decision has already been made.
You just entered it here.
We have just entered it here.
Okay.
And then we finally want to know, after the interview process, was this person selected or not?
Okay.
Right? Because what is the problem we are trying to understand here? Is this a good channel or not a good channel?
Which channels are giving us candidates which we are selecting?
So in some sense, we are looking at things in the rear view mirror, right? So
it is
we are not using the data to make decisions about the applicant. We are using the data to make decisions about which channels to invest in.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
This is the data we have. Now, I think what Varsha had said is a few things they do want as a way of descriptive statistics.
Oh, before we
go there.
Okay.
So she wants to know how many male and how many female candidates applied.
Overall.
Okay.
And how many are selected?
No, she just wants to know how many applied.
I would like to know percentage of male selected.
So we'll do a standard thing, right? We will just.
How many were selected out of those who applied?
I think we can do that. That's not a problem. So we'll.
Only how many applied?
We'll just do a pivot table. And we can say count of applications. So we know that 107 females applied. 276 males applied.
So nice, no? You put the gender in the
I just put gender in the row and count of application numbers. Now I could, as an example, have put moved selected to filters. And said selected yes. And this would tell me that 6 women were selected.
Out of 27?
No, out of 106, right?
No, but this is out of 6 and the ratio of 6 selected.
Okay, so you want to look at that? Then let me remove this
6 by 27.
Here. Let's remove this from here.
No, I think it's in the ratio of. I just want to check whether the ratio of people who apply, females to total, ratio applied.
Yes.
And the ratio of people who selected.
So you got this.
Okay, you can just do it there only.
So if I move selected yes no to the columns portion, so we know that out of 107, 6 women were selected. Out of 276, 21 men were selected.
So that's
And so
like
if
6%.
you want to look at the selection ratio,
This is
that
like
is
10%. So it's not the same.
C5 divided by D 5, and this is C6 divided by, slight difference, no?
This is okay, I think. It's in the range.
Marginal difference.
Yeah.
6% and 8%.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay.
In any case, so Varsha didn't want this, so we'll
We just want to count.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll just remove this. Okay, and we can go and show her this. The second thing I think that she was interested in was the what are the kind of certifications that people have when they apply. Because these certifications looks like are important. These are professional certifications that people have undergone, and she wanted to know how many of these people, as an example, had done JSEC or CEH.
Whatever that is.
These are some professional certifications. As an example, you could get a certificate from Microsoft saying you know some Microsoft technology very, very well. So again,
what do you count? Want to count numbers?
We just want the number of people who have applied who have these certificates.
Out of the total?
Out of the total.
Okay.
And again, what do? We will select this and we'll insert a pivot table. And we can now, instead of creating a new worksheet every time, right? We can just insert it in an existing worksheet. So we'll just insert it here.
What do you want to do? You want to put certificate in the row.
So we'll just put certification in the row.
And count in the.
And count of application number in.
Yeah.
And then 0 we'll remove because that is not of interest, right?
Okay.
So we have 118 applicants had CEH, 69 applicants had JIAC, and 131 applicants had
total
GACC.
doesn't mean anything because somebody will have 2 and another.
Some of them had 0, which I have filtered out actually.
No, I'm saying that grand total doesn't make anything sense because some people have 2.
No. It will make sense.
Overlap, no?
So if you just sum this up, you will get 383.
And 383 is not the number, it's the number of candidates.
It is the number of candidates.
Oh, people have only one certificate, is it?
Let's see.
If somebody has 2 certificates, he'll show up in both places.
That is. Let's see what has happened.
You can only put one. Okay, there's only one entry.
Correct.
Okay, so the most recent one or something. Whatever. I understand. Okay, so there's only one, so there's no problem. It's not a comma separated list.
No, it is not a comma separated list.
Okay, all right. If it were, you have more difficulty.
Correct.
But you can still separate it by column.
By column and
split it into columns and take the entire range and count.
Correct.
Right?
Something like that. Something like that.
Only thing is you will not get unique. You will be overlapping.
So I'll remove this blank. And then we could do again, if you wanted to do something more interesting, right? So how many women had GACC as an example?
Okay.
So we could do a little bit more.
Pivot table only?
Yeah, in the pivot table only. So I'll just insert one more pivot table again with the same data. And again, I'll put it in the same one. And now what did we want? We wanted gender.
You put it in the column, I guess.
Yeah, so
put the other in the column and
we could do that, right? So we could do certifications here. And we could put application number here. The other thing we could also do is actually move this as a secondary description under female, under rows.
Oh, that you can do.
And so you can see as, so I could, as an example, what I could do is to say under female, okay. Yeah, so this is what we could do.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
So there are
It's like a tab.
two
It's like a
different,
tab.
yeah, it's like a tab. So there are two formats. It's really the same data if you look at it. So it's the same data. And then we could maybe out of this just pick up the data that we wanted to show Varsha. So as an example, if Varsha was only interested in gender cert, okay, so let's say that she is interested in male and GSEC, then you could say count was 92.
Okay. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
And there's a little bit of summary that you could create by hand. Okay.
Okay, so we know how many candidates applied, all that.
Some basic statistics.
Some statistics to feel good that the candidates who applied are kind of relevant.
Correct.
Right, I guess.
Correct.
We have enough male-female ratio is pretty okay. The certifications are pretty okay, like
Yes.
that. Okay,
Yes.
I get it, yeah.
Okay.
So the sanity you got, then now what?
Now the next thing that we may want to show it Varsha is how many applications did we receive for each job position. Right? Because that is of interest to her. No?
Three job
She has
positions.
3 different job positions.
You may have got excessive
Manager,
positions
team
for
lead,
one, not got anybody for.
Correct.
Possible, yeah.
So
of course, some of them will have many. I mean, obviously the developer will have lots.
And we want, right? So we
lots.
want a lot of applications for developer, and it's okay if we get fewer applications for manager.
Yeah.
Right? So
it's same thing. Pivot table.
Pivot table, absolutely. That's our bread and butter now.
And do put in the role.
Yes.
Job position, J whatever it is, that J thingy, right? And put a count.
Yes.
If you know how to do pivot table, you know how to do anything.
Yes. It's a very powerful technique. This time let me put it in a new sheet. Okay, so what did we say? Job position. Position applied for. And count of application.
Yeah.
It's a 238 application.
Make it 175. Sorry. Yeah.
Right. So we got 238 applications for developer. We got 58 for team lead. And we got 87 for manager.
Good God. Look like a lot of managers.
A lot of managers going around.
Without a job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I see. Developers. Okay.
So that clearly.
It's good. Anyway, it's good.
Yeah. But you don't know how good the applicants are. So
that you have to do some filtering.
So of course we could, as an example, we could look at how many of these actually got shortlisted. Okay. That would give us
might be interesting. Yeah.
That would give us.
I had one more column for that.
Right. So I could say how many actually got shortlisted.
You made a filter, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta put a column. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. You want me to move that? I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not bad actually. So we did get good applicants for manager, because if you see, our hit ratio was almost 50%. Out of 87, 46 got shortlisted. Not bad.
But generally, managers, you'll tend to interview many more candidates to select.
That is correct.
Developer, there are too many candidates to interview, so you don't have. So you'll do more on shortlisting.
Correct.
Manager, you'll generally say, okay, let's rely on interview. So you should see how many are selected rather than how many are shortlisted.
Yeah. But if you just look at this, overall our hit ratio is not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
2/3 of the people who applied for developer got shortlisted.
Yeah.
Almost 80% of team leads got shortlisted, and 50% of managers got shortlisted. Okay, you want me to look at instead of shortlisted, you want to look at
Can I have that also? Have both.
Selected. So 3 managers got selected. Only 1 team lead got selected.
Hmm.
23 developers seems okay.
So we didn't. This entire thing didn't do a good job for team lead.
Team lead has not done a good job.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this shows you how much you can play around with data if you have a good pivot table structure.
And quickly.
And very quickly.
So quickly, no?
Right? Okay.
You get instantaneously. You get the information you need, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this table will show Varsha. And then the other table, I think that she wanted was to look at for a given job application, for a given job position, how many applicants did we receive from which channel?
Okay.
So which channel was working for which position? Again, very, very simple for us. So we'll just insert a pivot table, right? And we'll again add in a worksheet. So I'll add it here. In this time, what do I want? I want position applied for and channel code.
So you're doing it like this. Sub.
Okay, I can do it the other way also. What applicant name? I want applicant
count.
Applicant number. Okay. So for job application security engineer, for the first position, we got 49 applicants through channel 1, 53 to channel 2, 88 through channel 3, and 48 through channel 4. So whatever channel 3 is, and we should find out what is channel 3, we can find that out. What is channel 3? Third party. So recruitment agencies.
To be expected, yeah. You got a lot, okay.
So do you think this will be better if I move this here?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, this is much easier to see.
Much better.
Yeah.
And the other thing, of course, I can do, if we want to make this a little easier to read, though Varsha wanted it by channel code, is
the channel name, no?
Yeah, maybe a channel name.
Yeah, she can recognize the code, I guess.
Yeah.
For us, we need to know the name.
For us.
Yeah.
So clearly, third party is doing quite well. It's that may be a good channel for us. LinkedIn is doing.
This is just applicants.
This is the number of applications. We don't know what is the hit ratio.
Hit ratio.
We don't know what is the hit ratio.
Yeah.
Okay. But
so in terms of sourcing, there are some third party is doing the best.
Correct. At least in sourcing, third party is doing very well.
And the second is
LinkedIn. So actually, if you really look at it, direct website, employee referral, and LinkedIn are all
roughly middling.
Roughly the same. Roughly the same.
But we may be getting better hit ratio from LinkedIn.
Perhaps. So let's find.
I expect. I don't know.
Actually, employee referral, no? So typically.
That should be the highest.
If your friend says, this is a good company.
Yeah, I would say employee referral highest hit rate.
Possibly.
Followed by LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn. Somewhat like employee referral only, no? In a way. Okay. Kind of indirect referrals. And then third would be
third party website. I don't know. We'll see. If you want, I can do that. You want to look at selected?
Yeah. Make another table.
If you look at this. So we'll have to do some math, I think, here. No? Okay, we'll maybe do it in a different table. Let's come back to this. But at least right now you've got a sense of which channels are.
Who's throwing more resumes at you?
More resumes. Okay. So now let's take a look at how do you assess which channel was the best, right? And I think some of this analysis we've already played with, but let's do it in a little bit more structured way, because you do want to look at multiple aspects of the channel, and by looking at multiple parameters, you want to decide which is the best channel.
Okay.
Right.
So what are these parameters?
So one is what percentage of the applications did you receive from this channel, right? And we looked at that in some form.
Which one is contributing the most?
Which one is contributing the most? The second one is on an average in a week, how many applications do you get?
Week-wise
Week-wise,
performance of the channel.
Okay. The third one perhaps you may want to look at is what percentage of the applications that you received from the channel were shortlisted. Right?
So this is really the effectiveness.
This is the effectiveness.
Channel effectiveness.
So I think these 3 or 4 parameters. So let's create a new, and some of this analysis we have already played with.
We didn't do week-wise.
We just, that's the only one we didn't do.
Yeah.
So let's create a new pivot table. Okay. And the first thing we'll do is let's look at by channel number of applications, right? So channel and application.
You would increase the size.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if you want percentages, so we'll remove this. So if you want percentages, then what we'll do is we'll say B4 divided by $B $8, right? And then show it as a percentage.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So 20% came from direct website, 20% from employer referral, 21% from LinkedIn, and 38% from
third party.
Okay. That's one way of looking at it. Second is, let us look at weekly incoming versus weeks. So weekly incoming versus channels, right? So again, what do? We insert a.
So channel will be row and pivot, and the column can be weeks.
Correct.
Okay. So we'll know week-wise.
Insert pivot table. So in week 1, we had 0 applications from direct website, 10 from employee referral, 2 from LinkedIn, and 0 from third party, and so on. Right? Now, one thing that we can do instead of looking at the grand total here is that what Varsha had said is she wanted to look at the average weekly flow, right?
I see. Okay.
Right?
Because that allows you to manage your workload, I guess. Huh?
Correct.
If you have a lot of, if you're getting it in big chunks,
yes,
then you can't manage the workforce.
Right.
Who's looking at the resumes and doing whatever.
Correct.
And
so we will do
doing interviews and all that.
This will be B13 to F13.
You're taking the average of that, all the rows there.
Yes.
The limit cells in the row.
Yes.
Okay. I see. This is interesting.
Okay.
So one is giving. So now, from average perspective, third party is giving how many?
It's giving us. Third party is giving us 36.5 per week. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what else can we look at? The other thing that we had looked at, and we will need to show Varsha, is how many applications were shortlisted
Channel wise.
versus how many applications we received in the channel, right?
Yeah.
And again, so we had seen this. Let's just finish the. So let's select this data, insert pivot table. We'll add it here. And what did we say? We wanted channel.
The row.
And number of
Number select.
applicants.
Number shortlisted.
And shortlisted, right? So and now if you want percentage of shortlisting, then we are looking at C22 divided by D22, right? So 62% of the people who applied through the website got shortlisted.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. What is the other? That numbers in play? 56%.
56% for employee referral, 54% for LinkedIn, 68% for third party.
Very non-intuitive.
Very non-intuitive, no? So
I would have thought employee referral
so
is
what
good.
is really happening looks like is that the third party recruiters are doing some of your work for you.
Shortlisting one.
Isn't it?
I would have thought that most of the employee referral would have got shortlisted.
Correct. But it has.
See the selected? I mean, maybe you get something else.
You want me to look at the selected? Third party is still doing quite well, GV.
9%, huh?
Huh?
Hmm.
So where our intuition was wrong was in LinkedIn.
Third party, huh?
No, LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn it doesn't seem to be performing. Employee referrals are performing. While shortlisting is not good, the guys who get shortlisted get selected.
Okay. Yep, they got good. They got a very good bunch of third party agents. That's what you can say. Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, since Varsha wanted this thing, let's put instead of selection, let's go back to
shortlisting.
Shortlisting.
Okay.
Okay. And then the last one I think we should look at is ease of submitting form.
Okay.
For each channel. The employee referral clearly has the best rating. Third party and direct website and LinkedIn are
not saying that much. Are all roughly similar.
Roughly similar, but employee referral definitely does seem
better
to be
feedback.
And now all we need to do is once again do the same thing that we did in terms of normalizing, right? So let's collect all this data in one place. We will say this. And what was the first thing we said? Percentage of applications, right? What was that? This was the percentage, no? The next thing is average count per week. So we had that as well. That was this. Next was percentage of total applicants in channel. We already did this. No, normalized average.
Feedback. Normalized feedback.
No. Percentage of selected candidates.
I thought you didn't want that. Only shortlisted candidates wanted.
So shortlisted, sorry. Not selected, shortlisted. And the last one is average applicant feedback. So now all that is left, GV, is for the students to come up with some normalization for each of these. Some of them may not require normalization because if you see, this is
Survey
already in a
It's a percentage.
0 to 1. But clearly, this column will require normalization.
Feedback will need one.
Feedback will need normalization. So maybe the students can normalize and come up with a rank.
Total rank, yeah. Ranks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Done. Second day is done.